Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, former editor of the Wall Street Journal, the father of Reaganomics, the head of policy department of Treasury under Reagan, best-selling author, syndicated columnist, about a week and a half ago, wrote this article, Goodbye, Truth Has Fallen and Taken Liberty With It. And he said he'll do a few more interviews. In fact, he wants to come on tax day to talk about the slavery on the 15th, but then he's disengaging and fading off into the sunset. And we're honored to have him here with us today to talk about a host of issues. In fact, he's got a list of things he wants to talk about and why he is saying sayonara. And then we're going to get into Volcker, carbon tax, VAT should be on the table on top of the income tax. We'll be discussing that with Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Doc, good to have you here with us.
Thanks, Alex.
Well, you've got the floor. I mean, why are you leaving? Why have you made this decision? We're gonna walk through it. It says, remind Alex that he wants to ask me about 9/11, Murrah office bombing, Waco, Operation Northwoods, JFK, and we'll talk about the economy and the dying superpower. So here you are. You got the floor.
Well, Alex, you'd wanted me to explain why I was stopping the column, and basically a bunch of things just came together. One is I'm just tired. I've been trying to save the country all my life. The main thing is, though, I think I came to the conclusion that it's futile to write about what's happening, to write about the wars and the police state, the lack of our civil liberties, as long as the event that set those in motion itself can't be analyzed. And of course, we talk about 9/11. So it dawned on me that sites in which I was sort of a favorite columnist, like antiwar.com, Counterpunch, where I had a big following, that neither site, for example, would let me even present facts or even present the evidence that the scientists who claim to have found nanothermite in the residue of the World Trade Center towers, they wouldn't even let me report that there were 1,000 architects and engineers who had sent a petition to Congress demanding an investigation. And so it made me realize that here were sites totally opposed to the war, totally opposed to the police state and the loss of our civil liberties, sites who don't believe a word the government says about anything except 9/11. I got to thinking, well, what is the point of this? How can you oppose the government when you give it the grounds on which it's acting? So I came to the conclusion that since 9/11 essentially cannot be discussed, except, in a few places like your site, and since people believe that they were attacked by Muslims and that we have to have police state powers to protect us from more attacks, that really nothing can be done. And so I said it's futile and pointless. And then about that time, I saw the latest poll that said 59% of the American people, that's 3/5 of the population, are ready to go to war with Iran if they don't stop their peaceful nuclear energy program. And I got to thinking, well, how can people come to this conclusion? They've been lied to about weapons of mass destruction, Al-Qaeda, everything.
Well, Doc, stay there. We got a break. We're going to come back and discuss this fact that 99% of the time the government's lying. We know they're involved in every form of evil you can imagine, Northwoods, Gulf of Tonkin, and we'll be back. Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Most people know that drinking pure high alkaline pH water is the most important factor in maintaining high energy and vibrant health. Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline minerals. Using plasma pH drops is the best way to make your water alkaline to help you get rid of acid and regain your health and energy. Simply put 10 drops in the water you drink to raise the pH to a healthy level. Alkalizing water helps your body rid itself of acidic waste and increases the oxygen content of your body. Disease organisms like bacteria, viruses, and cancer cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops now by going directly to alkavision.com. That's ALKA vision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776 today.
He's the T-Rex of political talk. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Dr. Paul Craig Roberts is with us. If you just joined us for the rest of the hour, he's going to do this interview and then one on tax day with us, and then bow out perhaps forever. He's not writing his column anymore. He's been writing 2 a week for a very long time due to so much censorship out there in the media and things. He's coming to this radio show because we don't censor anything. We tell the truth. Justice be done. May the heavens fall. Okay, you were getting into the fact that we've been lied to so much. So why do we believe the story about 9/11? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable story. In fact, if you just look, anybody that looks at the World Trade Center towers for 15 seconds, you realize these are not buildings falling down. There's no sign of a building falling down. They're blowing up. And anybody that looks at it for 15 seconds should be able to see the difference between a building that's falling down and one that's blowing up. And so Americans can't even use their own eyes. Do you see what I'm saying? And then we have this fantasy figure, Sheikh Mohammed. Now, they said that bin Laden was responsible, but now it's this Sheikh Mohammed, the guy they waterboarded 183 times until he finally confessed to being the mastermind of 9/11. Now, if you look at this, it makes no sense because look at this guy's feats. Sheikh Mohammed outwitted all 16 U.S. intelligence agencies along with those of all U.S. allies, including Israel's Mossad. So no intelligence service on Earth, nor all of them combined, was a match for Sheikh Mohammed. He outwitted the